This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. Can anyone please confirm whether my voice is audible and the screen is also visible to you? Am I audible?
Yes, madam, you can hear you.
Thank Thank you so much. Thanks for the confirmation. Hi, my name is Yuvi. I'll be the instructor for this Java training, and today we will have a demo session where I will be highlighting about Java and what and all we will learn as part of this training course. So first, before jumping onto the actual course content and what and all we will learn in the next 40 hours, I like to touch upon why we need to learn Java. By learning this, what and all you will gain at the end of the session. So today's market trend, just have like a glance on the screen like what and all we are showing here. When you get into market, especially when you look for a job in the IT field, there are jobs in different categories. You can see openings from cloud, there are openings from artificial intelligence and big data, Android development. So you can see n number of options, opportunities in different areas. These are all areas, but ultimately what they are looking, the organization or the company's expectation is a programmer, a developer who can do a program which will make their application work in cloud environment, which will help them to achieve the artificial intelligence, data science, or any big data analysis if they want to do, and any Android development, how they can do. These are the business cases which we can see here, but how we are going to achieve, that is a big question mark. There are so many ways to achieve this latest trends in the market. Different organization, different companies are following different options, but most of the company, I can say this, 90% of the companies are using Java for their development. Why? Because it is there in the market for more than 2 decades. Again, why it is there in the market? Because of the unique performance, easy to understand, cross platform development, and like it doesn't need much of the complex logics and all. If you're comfortable with your regular understanding, yes, you can very well learn Java. And it is not only that if you learn Java you can become a backend developer. It's not like that, because the oops concept and all other logics which you are learning in Java will help you to learn the UI frameworks also. If you're planning to learn Angular JS, React JS, okay, it's a JavaScript. On top of this core Java knowledge, you can very well learn that is, you can upskill yourself to the next latest things in the market. That's why people prefer Java compared to other programming language. There are so many competitors available, the newcomers are there, but the only thing is if you learn that particular programming language, you're bounded to one particular circle. But here you can upskill yourself, your job opportunities are more, you can enter into any field, testing and also development. If you are a tester, if you are planning for this automation, you are a manual tester, if you are looking for automation means, yes, you can learn Java. By using Selenium you can automate the script. And not only that, if you're a performance tester also, you can very well use this, because nowadays more than a performance tester, performance engineers are expected. Instead of just telling this is the problem, that is the problem, if you have this programming language, you can give the recommendation also. So that is also important reason why most of the testers are preferring Java for their learning. Coming back to the developers, so why I'm saying this Java is good, all are the hoops concept which I am showing here: polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation. If you learn this particular hoops concept, it is not going to stop here itself, because the same hoops logic you can use in some other programming language or technology also. Only the syntax is going to vary, but the concept is same. So one time if you invest your time to learn this Java, you can use throughout your career. If you're in IT, obviously it is not like we can survive with only one thing. Every year or few years gap, you have to upskill yourself. In that case, this is a good investment of your time, because finding time to learn, it's a big important thing, because we have so much of commitments, we have lots to do. So if you learn this oops in Java, you can use this in another area also in future. And these are the frameworks. People, they think that core Java means that is the only part. If I learn, I will get job in that particular area, or I can do development or program in that particular area. No, it's not like that. On top of core Java, there are so many frameworks are developed. There are some community people, based upon their need, they have added so many frameworks. They customize the code and they come up with so many frameworks. I have highlighted few of them here. So these are the framework which are widely used in different organization, because same organization may be using different frameworks which I'm listing here, because these are all user friendly, which made their work easy. Instead of doing everything, they can reuse it and they can run their programs. So these are the things we have highlighted here. So as part of this particular Java program, the training course is 40 hours of course. We will be learning about the Spring, Hibernate. We will also learn about the like Apache Tomcat, Maven, JSON, and theoretical explanation about XML. Why told like theoretical explanation? Because for all other things, I'll be writing the code. A real time coding practice will be given. So the throughout the courses, we will write the code in the editor and we will learn it. It is not like I'll be running only PPTs and you will be learning. It's not like that. We will open the editor. In that editor, that is, it can be Eclipse, STS, it can be the Visual Studio or IntelliJ. These are the four famous editors in the market for Java and Angular. So we will be using these editors on a daily basis and we will write the code, so you will get a real time experience. Why we are doing here is, there are some cases you might be coming from non IT background or you are stepping into IT for the very first time. In that cases, it will be good, instead of showing only the theoretical concept, if you know the real time implementation also, it will be good. So we are doing daily the hands on experience on the every topic. So we will be covering these things. So some of the topics I'll be giving the insights about it, how you can use it, because Java is a vast area, but at end of the course you will be in a state that you can do self learning also. If something comes newly, it is available in the market means, if you open the official document itself, so Oracle is providing the Java. So every year or something, they will be publishing new versions of Java. In that state, you can very well open the on official site and you can do self learning, because at the end of the course you will be equipped in such a way that you can do the self learning also. So few of the frameworks will be covering as part of this training. Rest of the things are not that famous in the market, that's why we are not touching. I'll be running the course content. This core content is designed by keeping one thing in mind, that what and all famous in the market, to show you unique in the market what you should know. If you learn the old things, there are some concept available, those are all outdated concept. people are not expecting that in day-to-day life. They say like it is like 10 years back it is famous in the market, but not now. So we skipped all those things by keeping one thing in the mind, that we are targeting the latest or audience, that is your organization, who look for the latest things from you. At the same time, you will make you like an experienced profile also, you can do the coding by yourself. So with no delay, I am moving on to the course content. I hope my screen is visible. Okay. So this course content would be 40 hours of daily classes, like Monday to Friday we will be having regular classes, 6:30 to 7:30 ist, 1 hour per day we will be having. And additionally we will do the hands on also. So every day, at the end of very important topic, I'll be sharing the hands on question to you, and we will be discussing that. We'll have a WhatsApp group there, we will discuss this also. Like, if you are not able to do the hands on by yourself, if you stuck somewhere, you can very well paste me the screenshot and we will be clarifying there itself. Still you are not able to do also, the next day, the very first thing, we will clarify the doubt and we will start the regular session. This is how we follow, that is 40 hours plus your lab exercise. So first thing, we have like 5 categories, we are split accordingly to match with the latest trends. Core Java is your first section. Spring and Spring Boot framework, Spring Boot framework is the second section. Then web services, third one. Microservice is the fourth section. And finally, we are touching upon the Angular also, because we are targeting for the full stack Java development. It means that you can do the end-to-end development, both the backend and the front end. The first 4 topics are mainly concentrating on the backend development, and the fifth topic, that is Angular, it is intended for the UI development also. Nowadays, the expectation from the organization is like that, whether you're going to develop in UI or not. But as part of interview session, they are asking you, do you know the UI development? If something happens in UI, will you able to debug? So the basic knowledge about UI development is also needed when you are appearing for any interview. So by considering that, we have framed our course content accordingly. The very first thing is core Java. So this one we have splitted in different categories, that is beginners, intermediate and advanced. The course will start from the beginning concept, like people, I know that some of you might be from non IT background also, or some of you from testing background also. In that cases, what we are doing is we will slowly start from the scratch. Instead of rushing immediately into the advanced concept, we will start from the beginners concept, then we will switch on to the hoops concept, then Java 8 feature, and the regular debugging and exception handling also we will be covering. So that what will happen, you will work like a experienced profile. At the end of this session, you can able to do a development by yourself, and you know what to be done. And it's not like only theoretical or paperwork, like you will use to the development. Like in, if somebody give you editor, usually this is how the interview process, like they will ask you the theoretical question. At the end of the theoretical question, they will ask you to do some coding also. Usually this is a pattern. So we are training you in both the aspect. You will be able to do the theoretical part, because in each and every session, if you see, I mentioned the interview questions at the end. But usually, if I take a topic of classes, in that topic itself I'll be highlighting the interview question. These are the interview question you can expect from classes topic. If they ask like this, you can answer like this. Look, I will be explaining that concept throughout this training. So the interview questions theoretical you will be able to answer. At the same time, if they give you any debugging, if they give you any coding practice, you will be able to do that also. That's why we are practicing this hands on parallelly. And very important thing here is, if you go for any interview, they can easily catch whether you attend the interview by reading the questions online or you have a real time hands on experience. So we used to give the real time examples. If I take any topic, it is not like vague lines like what is class, what is object, means I won't say it is an instance of a class. No, we won't be discussing like that. We will be correlating that with your real time examples. Object means what it is, class means what it is. In day to day life, we will correlate so that it will register in your mind. If logic is registered, syntax you can learn at any point of time. So we will be driving towards that only. So first few classes only, I can say 1 or 2 classes only you can see ppts, because we will be undergoing some instruction like what is java, why we are using javas and all, we will see. Rest of the classes we will be running through the editors. So every day the class starts with the editor only, that is your development page, your IntelliJ or Visual Studio Code. There only we will learn each and every concept and we will write the code also. So first thing is we will learn. So when you start, we will give the introduction about Java and what are the different things available in the market related to Java and all we will discuss. Then the very important thing is data. This is IT world, so everything is data. Dealing with data is a program or development, I can say. When you log into a online shopping app, you're looking for some product, so that is the data. What product you are looking? You're looking for a shirt or some accessories or something. Those are all data. Let's take an example of shirt itself. Shirt is a product, but the size of the shirt is a number, right? So there are different data we are dealing. One is a word. Shirt is a word, but the size of the shirt is a number. That we call it as, that is a real day-to-day discussion, but those are all data types we say in java. So that we will learn. And what are the operations you can do on the data. So if you select the size, what you will do, if you want to apply some discounts on the particular product selected, some operations you have to do, right? 20% discount, 30% discount, some coupon code you are adding in the online shopping app, how we will do the calculation. Those are all the operations we call. So we will learn the different operations available in java, how we can use. For all these things we will do the coding and we will run the program and we will see the output. Next thing is strings. So string is the main important thing in java, because it is a sequence of character, or we can say word, a sentence. So what you will do with a sentence, what you will do with a word. So whether you want to cut the word, slice the word, what and all you will be doing. So everything we will be discussing in the string concept. Next thing is the control statements. What is this control statement? If and else. So if you're allowed to enter into a particular area, then you can enter. If you don't have access, they will restrict you. So if you will enter, else you will be restricted. So those control, the statements and all we will discuss as part of this training. If, else, switch cases. So we will see what are the different if blocks are available, else blocks are available. Those and all we will be learning. And next thing is loops. There are different types of loops available in Java. For loop, while loop, do while and all. What is the difference between these? When you will be using it? What is a good way of using it? That and all we will be discussing in this loops concept. Next thing is methods. The main important advantage of Java is reusability. If you are repeatedly doing a task, instead of writing the code again and again, we will create a method and we will reuse it. So that we will discuss in the method section. What are the different ways you can create method? What are the different options, return types available? Those and all we will discuss in the method training class. Then arrays, again another important topic. So sequence of similar items, if you want to group together, it will be used in the array. So what are the different data types available, how you can manipulate the data in the array, how you can handle the data in the array. That and all we'll discuss in this particular section. So far, these topics, this first 8 topics, we have discussed by keeping one thing in the mind, that we will make you comfortable with the programming language. So at the end of this first 8 sessions, that is, you will get a confidence that I can do program by myself, because the next topics, oops concepts, classes, objects, everything, it is the next level in the programming. So very first day itself, when I introduce you to hoops, it won't be good. That's why slowly we will take this. So first few days we'll be covering this topic. Then we will land on to the hoops. So we will learn what is class, what is object, and how we can save the data. Basically, when you deal with any data operation, the same online shopping app, it's not like they can share your information, that is customer information, your email id, your contact number, to outside people. That is not the good one. So that is the responsibility of the online shopping app to secure your data. So if you are a developer, it is not only that you have to keep the functionality, the business alone in mind. You have to think about the customer impact also. You have to secure the data. So what are the features available in Java that you can use it to reduce the data breach, to avoid the data breach? So abstraction you can do, and you can use the interfaces concept. So those and all we will be discussing in detail. So inheritance, polymorphism, these are all the hoops concept. If you learn in Java, you can apply in other technologies and programming languages also, because the concept is going to be same, the syntax alone it's going to different. One important thing where people will test you in interview is debugging. They will give you a code and they will ask you to debug the code. So as part of this particular training, we will tell what are the different ways you can debug your code, what are the different ways you can handle the exception, how you can avoid the error when you do a development. So that also will be discussing here. And next thing is, immediately when you go for an interview, they will ask you, do you know Java 8? Because that is the one of the stable version, I can say. There are so many versions available recently. After Java 8, so many things are released, but Java 8 is a milestone in the Java journey. So the features available in Java 8, they can say it is a release. Next things, Java 9 or even the 17 one which we got, those are all with minor changes only. We call it as patches. It won't be like a releases, because there are some minor changes only added. So Java 8 is a milestone. So we have taken the important topics from the Java 8, so that you can easily do your development when you're placed in a company, or if you're already in an organization. If you want to modify the code, the outdated code, if you want to do some modification, yes, you can very well use the Java 8 features. So we will be learning about this functional programming, stream API, lambda expressions and all. It will help you to do the development. This lambda expressions and all, it is not only intended for Java 8. If you learn it here, you can use in the other JavaScripts or TypeScripts also. In the Angular also, we will have the lambda expression concept. The naming will be different, the concept is same. So when you invest your time in learning this concept, you can very well use it in the future also. Next important thing is threads and collections. To test somebody who is really experienced profile, we used to give questions. Like I myself was part of so many interview sessions, so I used to question them from the threads logic. So by answering that, you will gain the confidence of the interviewer that you are good resource and you are capable of handling any challenging task. So threats and collections will be covering what are the different collections are available, when you can use a particular collection, like vector is there, queue is there, map is there. So many things are there, when and all you can use it. Yes, you can very well learn it at the end of this session. And next to one is memory management and garbage collection. So garbage collection makes Java unique from other programming language like C and other things, because you don't need to handle your garbage, that is your memory thing. You don't need to write the syntax for that. Everything will be done by the Java itself. So garbage collection, in short, we call it as GC. So that also we will discuss in detail. Some important keywords also we will learn. What is the use of final keyword, finally keyword, finalize keyword, super keyword, this keyword. So these are the trending question in the market. So those questions also we will discuss in detail. What is anonymous class? How you can do that one, interfaces, why multiple inheritance is not possible. So these are the famous interview questions that also we will analysis in detail. And some of the patterns also they will ask in the interview, like they will ask you to write a code for a inverted pyramid, write one code for that, or they will ask you to write some diamond pattern. So those also we will learn as part of this hands on. And next important thing is, you would have seen, if you already attended some interview, you would have seen some questions related to increment and decrement operator, pre-increment, post-increment, plus plus a means how it will act, a plus plus means how it will act. So those things are also we are covering here. These topics are at the high level, but in each and every topic we will do the deep dive also. In the case of threads, we won't cover threads, we will talk about the synchronization logic also, how to avoid the thread lock. This would be your interview question, means we will show how you can avoid in code level itself, what keyword you can use, what method you can use. So those and all we will be discussing in this particular code Java development. So this is a high level. Then parallelly, question and answer and interview questions would be on a daily basis. It is not like a day in. Every day when we discuss a topic, we will be highlighting. That is, I will be highlighting in this particular section. You can expect, like in the polymorphism, what is the difference between overloading and overriding? We will be discussing that. And what is runtime polymorphism? What is compile time polymorphism? So we will discuss those interview questions also in each and every section. Apart from the theoretical thing, we will be doing the coding for each and every topic also. Next thing is framework. So far we learned about core Java. Frameworks are nothing but there are some communities available, Java communities available, who has developed some softwares or libraries for their own sake. For example, if they want to send an email, so previously you used to use SMTP, some servers and all, but now there are some readily available code. If you plug in that library, yes, you can very well send the send email option in your code itself, send SMS. So those are all some frameworks available in Java. So Spring Boot is one of the framework developed by Java community people. Vast of people are using it. Why this is famous, why we chose this particular topic is the next thing you will be learning microservice. If you know to create a Spring Boot standalone application, you can very well create a microservice application. So that's why we chose this particular topic. So Spring Boot, you will be learning what is MVC, Model View Controller. What, because again, this is again important topic. In some interview you can expect questions related to design patterns also. Please tell me some of the design patterns you have used in your project, in your development, means we will be touching that also. Singleton design pattern you can say, you can talk about this MVC, so many design patterns. So we will parallelly train you in other aspect also. We'll try to cover the famous interview questions in the market, frequently asked questions in the market. So we'll explain what is MVC. MVC you will be using not only in Java Spring Boot, you'll be using in the UI development also. So if you learn here, you can implement in other areas also. So just 2 minutes I'll take on this MVC. For MVC, the good example is your desktop. So there what we will be doing, you will have your monitor, you will have your keyboard, you will have your CPU. So through the keyboard, you will give the instruction to the CPU. CPU will do the functionality, and finally you will see the picture in the monitor. So here your monitor is a view, and your keyboard is the controller, and your CPU is the model which does the actual business logic. The main advantage of going to this MVC model is this architecture. They will call it as architecture. Why we are going means it is loosely coupled. If any one particular area is crashed, like let's take an example of keyboard. If your keyboard is not working, then no issue for you, you can replace a new keyboard, you can unplug and plug the new one and do similar thing for the monitor and for the CPU also. So that's why we go for the MVC design pattern, loosely coupled architecture. But if you take the laptop, it is not loosely coupled, I will say it is tightly coupled architecture. If anything goes wrong, there are some cases you have to change the entire unit itself. So we will be discussing that in detail when we go for this MVC controller and design patterns also. Next thing is famous interview questions in this area: auto wiring, dependency injection, DI. This is again important. Design pattern concept only. Not only Spring Boot, you will use the dependency injection in the UI framework learning also. In the case of Angular also, you will have dependency injection. Concept is same, syntax will vary. So we will discuss in both the areas how you will use it in Spring Boot, how you will use it in Angular. So both the areas we will be discussing. And main important thing is REST API. This is a famous thing in the market. Previously, we used to do development in a different aspect, SOAP concept and all we'll be using, but now all these communications are REST API calls. So we'll learn what is put, post, and you will be developing one simple app itself, one standalone Spring Boot app you will be developing and you will run and you will see in the screen. You will do operations like how to add a data into table. Hibernate table will be creating using JPA. So how you will add a data into a table, how you will create a table, how you will delete the data from the table, how will you update the data into the table. All the basic four operations we will be seeing in this Spring Data. So live demo will be shown to you. I will be writing code and the same you will also create your own thing. You will create a table and you will play around with that also. And main important thing is Spring security. So this is a advanced topic in Spring. Most of the training courses won't cover because this is next level. It is good to learn Spring security because it is a responsibility of the developer to concentrate on the security of your application also. For that, you don't need to spend more time on the development. There are some readily available dependencies available in the Spring, so you have to refer it. So I'll be elaborating that when we do this particular course, what is Spring security, how you can add it in your application development. Finally, we will be seeing some interview questions and the Spring Boot differentiations also, because this is again throughout the course we'll be learning about Spring Boot, but Spring Boot difference you can expect in the interview questions. That's why we are touching upon that topic also. When we are discussing these topics, I'll be sharing the real time experience. When you do a development, what and all you can expect, what are the errors you can expect, if you get an error how you can rectify. So those also will be parallelly discussing, so that if you are into a development cycle, if you face any error, how you will rectify, you'll get a confidence for that. So that also will be discussing in this section. Next topic is web services. Everything is web service now. You log into an application and you are searching, Google search you are doing, or you are logging into Amazon site and you are searching something. So everything like from your machine, you are giving request to the destination server and you are getting back some response. So what is web service? What are the key terminologies we will use in the web service? We will be learning that. And the most trending thing is SOAP and RESTful web service. So what is the difference between these two? When you can go for SOAP web service, then you can go for RESTful web services and all we'll be discussing. But most of the organization, the latest trending things, lightweight applications and all, we are using RESTful only. So that the REST APIs I was covering in the Spring topic itself. So here it will be a full hands-on. Here in the web service, I'll be giving some theoretical explanation about this concept, the web service concept. Next important topic, microservice. This is the trending word in the market. Wherever you go, you can see some words related to this microservices, Dockers, containers, and how you will deploy into the cloud. So these things will be there. So as part of this training, you will be trained about microservice. What is microservices architecture? How it different from monolithic architecture? When you can go for microservice architecture? What is the advantage of using this, what is the disadvantage of using this. At the same time, You will be trained to create microservices application also. The communication between the microservice, how you can do, how you can do it using REST call, and how you can use the service discovery concept also we will discuss. So how you can register. So these are the commonly asked questions. So we will give the real hands-on experience, like how you can register, how you can create multiple microservice in your own laptop. So you can create multiple application, you can run the application, you can do the communication between these two application. Everything will be shown as part of this microservices topic. So far what and all we have learned is more towards the backend. So backend logics, if you are looking only for the backend development, these topics are good enough to proceed. But nowadays the expectation is different. So UI also you should know. So what we have taken is we have taken Angular with TypeScript. So initial few things we will compare. What is Angular JS? What are the different versions are available? So what is Angular? Angular means it is TypeScript. It is not a JavaScript. So we will show you how this JavaScript work, how this TypeScript work, and some of the topics in the TypeScript also we will explain. The basic important topics we will do. Then the building blocks of Angular. So what are the topics are available? How you can do a data binding, that also we will be learning here. 1 minute. Excuse me. So Angular topics, we will learn about how to do the directives. To do a development, you should know the directives concept, data binding, two-way binding, what is dependency injections, everything we will learn so that you can do the UI development. So when we do a Angular, we will be covering Visual Studio Code, the editor, one of the famous editor for Angular development, that we will show. And we will also show the CLI, that is through comments, how you can run your Angular application. Through comments, how you can execute your code, how you can type your TypeScript, and how you can compile the code. So those and all we will be touching upon in the Angular CLI part. And for the microservices in Spring Boot, we will be using the STS, which is similar like your Eclipse only. So that tool we will be using for your day-to-day development. And for the core Java, we will be using the IntelliJ. So at the end of this course, you will learn 4 different editors: STS, Visual Studio Code, IntelliJ. If you know STS, it's almost like Eclipse only. So 4 important or widely used tools in the market you will be learning. So in this 40 hours, will be helping you to learn the content, and also it will help you to develop the code by yourself also. You can appear for the interview. Once you clear the interview, if you want to do a development, then the development also you can do by yourself. If you stuck somewhere, so you can do the debugging and exception handling also. That topics also will be covered as part of this training session. With this, these are the overall course content of our training session. So now I'm opening up for QA. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Any question from anyone?
Hi, madam. This is Anand Kanda.
Hi, Anand.
Am I audible, madam?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah, currently I'm working on database developer. So next couple of months, actually, I'm going to Java full stack developer. So is it really helpful to me, or can I go into the database stream? Need suggestion from you.
I'm sorry, Anand, I'm not able to get it. Can you, like you are a database developer and you want to learn Java. Is my understanding correct?
Yeah. Currently, I'm working in database stream as a developer currently working. So, in next couple of months, actually, I'm going to change as a Java full stack developer. So, is it right path for my career, or do I need to go in database side in depth in other courses?
It's a good choice only, Anand. You can choose as a full stack developer also. Uh, Again, it varies from organization to organization, right? So,
Yeah.
how you can go into
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, madam.
is
So, for core Java, how many hours you are going to take?
it is 10 plus hours, Anand, for
Okay, half
10
of
plus.
the. Okay, fine.
Yes, yes,
Yep. Okay, that's fine, man.
15 hours.
Because I know only basics.
Mhm.
If you're going fast, we can't catch you. That's it. Okay, that's fine.
Yes,
20 is sufficient.
you are right, Anand, because most of our students face this concern. So we go very
Hmm.
like we won't rush up actually. You will make yourself comfortable. Like slowly we will pick up. Then once you are comfortable, then we will touch upon every topic. Based upon your understanding, we will try the entire course accordingly. So that is a request from
Okay,
all students. So we are matching it with that.
okay, that's fine.
Any question from anyone else? Okay. If we don't have any question, I'm ending up the session now. The session will start, like actual course will start in a couple of days. If you are interested for payment, please connect with Kumar. In the group chat, we have mentioned his contact detail. I'm also repeating. It's 8977792247, and the alternative number is 80199524227. So you can connect with Kumar for further discussion, and you can post your queries in the group chat also. Will be responding to that. Okay, thank you for joining. Thanks for your time. Have a good day. Bye.